What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for tuning in. This is the Father's Day episode of the Crawford Chronicles. I am one of your hosts, and I'm still clueless in Texas. Homer Chris, Sweet Buns Bryles. Fellas, happy Father's Day. How was your weekend, and how was your Father's Day today?
Yeah, man. Happy Father's Day to you too. It looked like you got hooked up hardcore. Yeah, man.
Yes,
It's been
sir.
busy. Today was a nice quiet day. I mean, it's I think the first weekend without anything little league associated. So I just told the wife, like, listen, I just want to do nothing today. Like, I want to sleep in and do nothing. So that's exactly what we did. The boys could not allow that to happen. So we hung out with the boys, did some stuff with them. But yeah, man. Besides that, Brawls, PK, how happy Father's Day. How was your weekend, and how was your Father's Day?
Yeah, it was great, man. Happy Father's Day, boys. It was a very eventful weekend with the weather and everything like that. We actually lost power twice, which wasn't fun or scheduled. But other than that, man, it was great. I got to go see a comedy show on Friday. Got to go get some Michelin star barbecue at Killen's, and then got to go get sushi tonight for Father's Day dinner. So it was fantastic. Thank you guys for putting the whole broadcast off until 8 o'clock so I could get back and join it, join the crew. But yeah, thank you to my family for, putting everything on today and all the planning that went into that for the whole weekend. So it was fantastic overall. So I hope everybody else had a great Father's Day weekend. PK, elaborate, sir. How was your Father's Day?
It was fantastic, man. It started on Thursday with Nate Bargatze downtown, and then it was just fantastic. I mean, such a fantastic show. Saturday was in Galveston for a beach tournament with my youngest. She got second place down there, so that was awesome. And then, of course, today, my son took me to the Astros game, second year in a row that he's rolled up with some tickets, and then he got me a Jordan City Connect jersey, so I'm super pumped about that. But man,
Nice.
overall, dude, it was just a great weekend, man. Just being with the fam, like really, it really was. So I'm very thankful for it. So let's get into this thing, man. Look, I just want to start off by saying, well, let me start with this. Thanks for holding it down on Thursday, so I could go to the comedy thing. And then number two, I won the prediction for this series. Yes, I think have five whole wins. I think so. And like on this one, I flip flopped too. I think I flip flopped on this one. I know I did with the Royals for sure. But either way, man, look, you take the series 2-1. Let's start with Friday night. Friday night, I mean, dude, 9-3, and Imai was on the hill, and like this dude he's so inconsistent. It's frustrating to watch because he has the outing like he did on Friday night. His final line is 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 11 freaking Ks. But then you can go back to Kansas City where the dude can't get out of the first inning, right? Like it's just so in a lot of these series, especially when it comes down to our predictions, and not that our predictions hold a lot of water, but when we're deciding on who we're going to take for the series, we're looking obviously at the pitching matchup. And typically we always say, okay, I think with this guy, like Peter Lambert, for instance, like he's probably going to give us 5. Up until the last 4 starts, it was okay. Spencer's going to give us 6 with 3 hits, 1 run, and then if Imai's in the mix, it's like that's the wild card. We don't know what's going to happen in that game, and he's still showing that trend of wildly inconsistent starts out there. But look, he came and balled out on Friday. He balled out on Friday because Saturday, your ace, right, or one B, is following his trend of not pitching fantastic. So big shout out to Imai. And then Pena goes yard twice on Friday. I mean, hit some bombs. And Altuve, I think, caps it off later in the game. So, fellas, I was kind of in and out in this game. Friday night, we had some volleyball thing going on with my daughter. So, what did y'all see? What were the highlights, lowlights, if any?
Yeah, I mean, like again, I mean, I picked and I was wrong, which I was pointed out by one of our listeners right after the game Friday night. Uh, at Imai, I mean, you thought that when he gave up the what was it, the 3 runs, you got down 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
Like you thought, like, oh shit, here we go, like here we go. And but then you had the Altuve, home run, and like again, like I chose against the Astros, mainly because it's basically a coin flip with Imai, and just based off of the way his season's gone this season, where a couple of times we flipped pretty well and he pitched fantastically, like Friday night he did. I mean, but again, like even with how great he pitched, am I 100% willing to just give the Astros to win his next start? No, because we've seen this before. I mean, but I don't want to get too down. The dude pitched his ass off, 11 strikeouts. You get the win. The Astros set the tone for the series, and then it leads to yesterday's game. But I'll go ahead and let Bryles give his feedback on Friday night.
Yeah, I-45, man, on Friday, I'm telling you, that's the guy that we signed. That's the guy that we hoped was going to go out there. And don't get me wrong, like he gave up 3 runs, but at the same time, that's going to happen every now and again. He looked sharp. That was the biggest part out of all of that. He looked like he was comfortable on the mound. He was throwing very well. And then on top of that, PK, just like you said, he got 11 strikeouts. So he actually had a really, really good game. As far as our offense was concerned, one of the things that I noticed is that obviously they didn't wake up until, we started to get into their bullpen a little bit. So, I mean, we scored 3 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th. And before that, we had a couple of runs, but, not too much. We had 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd. So anyway, long story short, we needed to get into their bullpen to start scoring some runs, which that's totally fine. But I think the highlight of this game was the fact that Imai came out, threw very well, and, actually got into the form that we've been expecting to see out of him. Hopefully we're going to be able to see this moving forward. But Chris, just like you said, and like we said on Thursday, he's very inconsistent as of right now. So as an Astros fan, or as like the 3 of us trying to predict any kind of, outcome from a series, it's very difficult when you've got him in that rotation mix. So I'm hoping that, we're not even talking about this 2-3 weeks later or after the All-Star break and just saying, oh, hey, by the way, he's on the mound. Yeah, he's probably going to end up winning this game. So that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I want to see moving forward. And he took that first step on Friday.
Yeah, look, the other thing that was of news on Friday is that Mike Burrows came out of the bullpen for an inning on Friday. 1 hit, 1 K. I mean, we've seen that dude kind of struggle all season, in the starting rotation. This was not why we brought him over or traded for him. I mean, you're hoping for a lot more success out of him. But I think if he goes down to the bullpen, it can give you 1-2 innings, clean innings. I don't know. Maybe it helps his confidence, going forward, and maybe he gets into the rotation. But Javier's on his way back. I mean, he was pitching, I think, in Sugarland this weekend or this week coming up, I think. Chris, what do you have on that one? You have anything on that one?
Yes. Yeah, he's I think he pitched this weekend.
Yeah.
So
Javier's
yesterday.
Yeah, so Javier's on his way back. Like, I don't see a spot where you've got, let's see, HB, Spencer, Tang, oh my God, Imai, and Lambert. There's your 5.
Yeah.
There's your 5. So unless you go 6-man and bring Javier, I mean, maybe Tang goes back to the bullpen. Maybe.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. I mean, look, like he looked. We'll get into Sunday. Let's move on to Friday. So that's your Friday game. 9-3. Start the series off with a win. Because the Astros coming into this series had won the last 2 previous series. So you're looking to, get into the series win. What's his name? Pena said in an interview after who did we play like before the Indians, the Guardians, the Tigers. After the Tigers series, he had an interview saying, right, we had to start winning series. Like, we have to start winning whatever that looks like. And that's like, yeah, you're right. But these winning 2 out of 3 to win a series could end up biting you late in September when you need that 1 or 2 games that you send out the goon squad, as my boy Bryles says, right? So you wanted to sweep here. You go into Saturday night. Eric Getty's on the hill against Cantanillo. He was 5-3 coming in. Eric Getty, we talked about it, I think, on the last episode that I was on. He's been struggling over his previous 3 starts before this one. Is this the Spencer that we're going to get accustomed to? Was it a flash in the pan the beginning of the season when he started? And it wasn't very good. I mean, he had 8 Ks, but he went 6 innings with 6 hits, all and 6 runs, all earned. And then you had 3 innings from your bullpen. Pearson didn't look very good there. 1 inning, 4 hits, 2 runs, and then Blue Ball and Abreu come in, the last 2 innings. But you lose 8-1. I mean, you get jumped on with what's his name? Bazana. First pitch of the game.
Yeah.
First pitch of the game, he goes yards. So you had 5 hits, not a lot of offense. It was kind of a flip. Yeah, it's kind of a flip from the night one. I mean, they had 10 hits, we had 5 hits. Not a lot of offense in this one. Not till you tied them in the second, and that was it. That was after that. It was all Guardians.
Yeah, I mean, like I honestly think that I think I'm starting to become more on the board of Arrighetti just got off to a fantastically hot start.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it on Thursday about how, we kind of look back at the numbers, and then, like you said, PK, you brought it up last Sunday. I just think that he got off to a like I said, a super hot start, and now we're starting to come back to earth. His last 3 or 4 starts. I mean, like, again, do I expect, Arrighetti or Imai or any of these other pitchers to consistently go 7 innings, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts? No. I mean, but at least, like, Arrighetti didn't look good. I think he's like I said, coming back down to earth. I think he's as he's coming back down to earth. You've got Lambert rising. Hunter Brown's back. I just think Arrighetti is going to start, for me, to be one of those guys. I'm going to have to go. I'm going to start being iffy about. Is it a guaranteed win like it used to be? Probably not. I mean, like I said, the only good thing about that game is that I have Banzana on my fantasy team, so he got me a lot of points. So,
He had a good game, dude. 5 RBIs, 4 for 4. Yeah,
rooting for the enemy. I see.
Yeah,
I'm a glass half full kind of guy. That's how I am.
Oh yeah,
I'm a glass half full kind of guy.
For those of you out there, don't buy it. Anyway, but no, it's Arrighetti. He didn't have his best start. I mean, that's pretty obvious. But the one thing that I was a little concerned about is it looked like his velocity was down a little bit in that game. They didn't mention that on the broadcast, just for like a split second. And by the way, I don't know if you guys watched it on Fox or whatever the case may be, but it's like I can't listen to AJ Pierzynski. He drives me absolutely crazy.
Terrible.
But he's the worst, man. But at the same time, listen, I know his velocity was a little bit down. I know he didn't have his best game, but at the same time, Chris, you're right. I think he did get off to a very hot start because, I mean, what was it? 2 weeks ago, he had a sub-2 ERA. Now he's just a hair above 3. He's at 3.13 after this game. He's lost his last 2 starts in a row, so his record's now 7-3. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's done, okay? So that is the one thing I want you guys to understand. I think what he's going to have to do is just kind of learn from what he's been doing the last 2 games, make a few changes. Hopefully our pitching coaching staff is going to be able to take care of that for him. And then just with a few adjustments, go out there and do what he needs to do. I mean, keep in mind, you can also give credit to the Guardians coaching staff because they were ambushing him all over the place. They were swinging on first pitch almost every single time. So don't get me wrong. I saw the dynamic. I saw what was going on, and I'm like, dang it. I was like, he's got to start throwing, something in the dirt. He's got to start doing something. So anyway, long story short, yeah, you're right. We lost that game. It was 8-1. It was over before it even started. So, unfortunately, that was a game I think all of us had chalked up as a win. And it was the one that we lost that I did not expect.
Yeah, no, you take on chin, you move on, and you come into Sunday, Father's Day, with a chance to take the series. Ting's on the hill against Slade Ciccone. Look, I'm going to let Slade know I'm not a pitcher by any stretch, but you can't throw a 90-mile-an-hour cutter middle in to Jordan right now. You can't
think?
You can't do it, or he'll do what he did today and deposit it in the right field fence. So today it was awesome to be there. Like I said, it was badass atmosphere. Tang was on the hill. He goes 6, 4 hits, 1 run, 4 Ks. Ciccone goes 6 as well. The bullpen. Stephen Okert, he pitched in 2 games this series, right? He pitched Friday and he pitched today. So he pitched 3 innings over the series, and he has C had 6 Ks over his 2 outings in this series. I mean,
Nice.
the dude came in today, and like I said, I mean, he struck out the side, right? Had 1 walk, but struck out the side. I mean, the bullpen came in and they pitched damn good. What I noticed today was the lineup that the Guardians ran out there against Tang was everybody was a left-handed bat except Gabriel Arias. That was it. I don't know if I've ever seen a lineup where it's 8 out of 9 are lefties against the pitcher. And my son was asking me about it. And so I kind of was like, well, the only thing I could think of is that Tang throws his sweeper a lot of left to right movement. So maybe with the lefties, they're looking for that cutter or that sweeper to break into him, hoping that they can jump on it instead of a righty, having that ball come at him and then cut away. So, but as soon as they went to, let's see, when Okert came in and King, because they're obviously left-handed pitchers, then all the pinch hitters started to come in going right-handed. So, they were flipping that lineup around. But yeah, Jordan hit a home run. Paredes went 3 for 4 today. Delgado, dude, I like that dude.
Yeah.
I like that dude. He looks really smooth for just getting his debut last week.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, there wasn't a lot of offense. I mean, and I agree. At this point now, I don't know why anybody's throwing anything in the strike zone to Jordan. I mean, if it's, at this point, he's damn near close to be getting the Barry Bonds treatment. I mean, that's what I would do. You throw him a cutter, middle. Yeah, not the smartest of ideas. But hey, big kudos because again, another reason why I'd pick the Astros to lose this series was because the unpredictability of Kai-Wei Tang. He had a bunch of rough starts his last 3 or 4 starts. I think his ERA was close to 7, and he came out there and he pitched fantastic. And it's the old saying: a good pitching beats good offense every day. So kudos to them. This is a series that even though I lost, I will definitely have no problem losing this series. But yeah, man, all in all, it was a damn good series win. It's a series win that you absolutely needed. And at this point, it's really, we can nitpick Eric Eddy's bad start, but it's Father's Day. You got a series win, and PK, you even got the giveaway. So
Finally,
I was gonna wear the River hat today, but when I saw you post the picture of you actually getting the giveaway, I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and let you have the moment. So, dude, and it was a fantastic day. Fantastic.
We were there. We got inside the park at 11:03. I told Logan, I was like, if you're gonna come pick me up, we're gonna have to be there right when the damn gates open. I'm getting the stupid promotion.
Scarf.
I'm getting the damn scarf.
If we got to be there at 8:00 Saturday night, we will.
That's right. I'm getting the scarf.
So, boys, I got a little crow to eat on this game. I've been saying over and over and over on this show and also on Twitter about how we've got to get Tang back in the bullpen. And you know what? He looked good today. He looked really damn good. And I was shocked. If you guys watched the episode on Thursday, Chris and I talked about it pretty much at length and on what we expected out of him, what we thought was going to happen, and where he should go and all this other stuff. And both of us were completely wrong. But I've been on this train about getting Tang back into the bullpen for a long time. I'm not going to reverse that. I still think that he is better used in the bullpen. But at the same time, today, he proved he was serviceable enough to be in that lineup and actually go out there and win a game. And not just win a game, win a close game. So they only got one run across the board. So that's the one takeaway that I have from all that. And to your point, yeah, why are you going to throw that pitch to Jordan? You guys are crazy for doing that. He hasn't gotten the Barry Bonds treatment yet, but if he keeps hitting the way he does, I guarantee you it's coming soon. And speaking of which, did you guys hear the Jordan news today after the game?
Oh, boy.
Okay, so we've got some Jordan news. It's not good news. But the good news is he's not hurt. The bad news is he said he is not going to be participating in the home run derby this year.
Oh, yeah.
He said he's always wanted to do it, but he said this year, he said, no, I'm going to pass. And actually,
Good.
I'll chalk that up as good news.
That's a win. That's
Yeah,
a win.
Yeah. It would be fun to see him, like, win the Chevy truck and get, like, the, ultimate batting, like, belt or whatever, the trophy, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, is it worth it?
No.
No, I mean, because I think that it's been, I mean, a lot of the people that participate in those home run derbies, their power number actually kind of go down after they participate in it. So yeah, Jordan, I mean, that's cool. You've got the money, buy your own damn truck. You don't need one donated to you.
I'm sure, like,
Papa Crane will buy you one. Don't worry.
Somebody will
keep it on. Yeah, you're fine. You're good.
For sure. Let me ask you this question, because I was hearing a lot of it. I was hearing a lot of it on the radio over the week, and I don't know. I meant to do some research on it, but you guys are my research guys. So let me ask this question: if the Astros continue to play subpar baseball, finish the season at under 500, miss the playoffs, does Jordan still win the AL MVP on a team that had a season that really didn't matter?
Yes. And the reason why I say yes is because Mike Trout won it with a very not good Angels team. And I think he won it multiple times with a very not good Angels team. I don't see if his numbers stay the way they are, where he's threatening to, win the Triple Crown and all that stuff, there should be no reason why he doesn't win the AL MVP, even though the Astros may have a sub 500 record.
Chris, you nailed it. And I'm going to say ditto to all that, because that's exactly what I was going to say. Is like, he's got Triple Crown numbers. Only thing he is behind in right now, I believe, is RBI, and it's like by 2. So yeah, he's if the season ended today, he's the MVP by far. And yes, he could possibly still win the Triple Crown. So I don't care if we miss the playoffs. I don't care what happens. He's definitely going to win the MVP if these numbers continue the way they are.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I wanted to look up exactly, Chris, what you said was, who was the last AL MVP or MVP regardless, right? Who's the last MVP on a team that was, finished sub 500, didn't make the playoffs, essentially on a shit team, right? So, yeah, no, I agree, dude. I mean, the dude, like, you cannot pitch to this guy. After his home run, the next at bat, I think Pena gets a double, and then they walked. It was in the 4th inning. They walked Jordan, right? I mean, to get to Walker. That's what they did. Now, Walker got out, but that's not the point, right? The point is that the next at bat after his home run, he gets intentionally walked. And we were seeing that a lot more earlier on in the season when he was like hitting everything that was pitched. He was getting more intentional walks. Earlier here lately, it hasn't been so much because he started turning around now, but he had that little, mini slump where he wasn't hitting anything. But now I think he's back on track. So, but look, man, you take the series from the Guardians. You go out of town. You're going to be out of town for a minute. You start with Toronto for 3 starting tomorrow. Bryles, hit me with the probables.
All right, guys, here we go. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Toronto. This is going to be kind of a weird schedule, just to give you a heads up. You got a Monday night game, Tuesday afternoon game at like 3 o'clock, and then a Wednesday night game as well as your getaway. So, all right, Monday, the Big Diesel, Mr. Brown, going out on the mound 1-0 with a 1.1 ERA against the pitching staff that we're used to talking about, going against That's TBD. Right. So Tuesday, you got Lambert 6-4 with a 3.23 ERA going against, guess what? TBD. And then Wednesday, the guy that they got banished to the bullpen is coming out to start, Mr. Burrows, 3-8, 5.79 ERA after this weekend and his short stint. And, of course, against Mr. TBD. So Toronto doesn't know who they're going to pitch yet. I'm sure we'll find that out here in the next 24 hours. But, gentlemen, go ahead. And, PK, you won it, buddy. You get to go first.
First, I'd like Chris to put up the prediction to show that I gained, gained the game. Gained the game.
Absolutely, sir. I am here for you. Oh, wait, you know what? I don't have it. No, I'm joking. I got it. There you go.
Sure as hell do.
So again,
look, man, I'm just like the Astros, dude. I'm only 3 games back.
Not that I can
only 3 games back, bro.
So you're buyers at the deadline. Buyers at
I'm
the
a
deadline.
buyer. I'm buying.
There you go.
I like it.
God, every time I look at this, I get so depressed.
You should.
God, we suck.
No, we suck, but you should really be depressed because you had like several games over 500. And now you're back to
Well, that's what happens when you have such a lead. You gotta, just roll the dice just to keep things interesting. So
no, not really.
But yeah, go ahead, PK. You won the last series. You're up.
I'm going 2-1 Astros. I'm taking the first two, Hunter Brown and Peter Lambert. Hunter Brown looked fantastic coming back from injury. The only gripe that I have against Hunter Brown is that I needed him to give up 3.5 hits, and he only gave up 3 because I took the over on it. So that's my only gripe that I have with Hunter Brown. But no, really, in all seriousness, like he did cost me some money, but he looked fantastic coming back from injury. So I'm taking Hunter Brown to continue being Hunter freaking Brown. Peter Lambert has been this year's Jason Alexander, right? And so I'm running with Peter Lambert. I think he's just going to give you the 5-6 innings that he has been doing of great pitching. Mike Burrows, look, man, you probably should stay in the bullpen. This feels like a bullpen day on Wednesday night game. But I hope he surprises me, but I don't think he will. So I'm going 2-1 Astros.
Not too shabby. All right, I guess I'll go next. Yeah, man, I agree with PK. I mean, I think it's going to be 2-1 Astros. I think the way Hunter Brown came back, after being on the IL for as long as he was, he looked fantastic. Peter Lambert, man, like I said, he has been in we talked about this on Thursday. He has been the steal of the offseason so far, at least at the bare minimum for the Astros. I mean, but I'm willing to put him up there with pretty much any other offseason acquisition that's been made. Poor Mike Burrows. I mean, that's where we're going to take our loss. I mean, so 2-1 Astros. I'll take a loss if they sweep, but 2-1 Astros.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to be repetitive, but I totally agree. It's going to be 2-1 Astros. I don't see it going really any other way unless we do sweep. But to your point, yeah, Burrows in and out of the bullpen, just with the inconsistency of the way he's pitched this entire season, short of spring training, it's been something that's been very disappointing. We expected more out of him. We expected the Mike Burrows from spring training. We have not got that at all. So I don't see him. Well, I mean, we never know, though.
Dude, he could go for 7.
Well, and here's the thing that we don't know. Now that they put him in the bullpen, is he the opener or is he coming in as the starter and expected to go multiple innings? We don't know because they haven't exactly explained their game plan yet, and they shouldn't. So, and not only that, we don't know what the Blue Jays are going to do either. They could go out there and have a bullpen day, and then all of a sudden Mike Burrows looks like a hero, and we might all look stupid, and we end up sweeping. But, I mean, we are also, all three of us, considering Hunter Brown and the Peter Lambert start to both just be automatic wins. I don't think they're going to be automatic wins by any stretch of the means. I think the Hunter Brown one's damn near automatic. But the Lambert one, I bet he ends up struggling just a little bit, and I bet we end up with a low-scoring game that we can squeak out. But it's not going to be an easy game. That's going to be a hard-fought game. So, anyway, I still think it's going to be 2-1. I hope all three of us are wrong. I hope it's a sweep. But at the same point, it's you get one run go one way, the other way, the way you didn't expect it. And guess what? All of a sudden, Hunter Brown can lose 1-0 if our offense doesn't show up or something stupid like that. So, who knows? But anyway, long story short, 2-1, and we'll go from there.
So I'm talking about get 4 series wins in a row, man, and then head to Detroit after this series and do what you just did while they were home, this past week. So one more thing before we get out of here. It's getting close to Chris's favorite time of the year. We are just over a month away from the MLB trade deadline. And I've been seeing a lot of stuff on X here recently this past week. I'm sure these guys have seen it too. So I think Sleeper reposted something about the Astros being buyers. He also potential buyers. He also reposted something that the Astros have been fielding multiple calls about Pena and
Christian Walker.
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 Right. And the Astros are saying you're wasting your time. Now, the interesting thing to me about that post is that I didn't see anything about Jordan. I didn't see anything. I didn't see like add a Jordan to that piece. Paredes seems to be possibly maybe an option, right? Or because he wasn't part of that. You're wasting your time thing. So I want to get your thoughts on like what do you take from that one comment of Walker and Pena? You're just wasting your time and not including a Jordan and or Paredes.
Okay, so here's because I saw the post on that same post on Facebook, and my initial reaction was, how about instead of saying you're wasting your time, how about let's reevaluate where we're at a month from now? Because here's the thing, and I don't want to take a dump on how the Astros win in their last 3 series. However, this team is far too inconsistent right now to make anybody believe that this is a team that's going to go deep in the playoffs. I mean, that's just me being 100% honest, right? Now, again, I'm not saying they can't, but consistency-wise, I have not seen it. So the fact that if you know that Jeremy Pena is not going to re-sign, he'll be a free agent after next season, you're probably not going to play a full 162 next season because of the lockout, stuff like that. So if you're kind of out of it, but you're still kind of in it, but you're just kind of like not really a real contender, why not field some offers on Jeremy Pena? Like, I just don't understand why him coming off the top rope right off, a month away from the trade deadline and saying, hey, you're wasting your time. I think that's stupid, in my opinion. Now, they also said they're looking for a left-handed outfield bat, which, I mean, we've been looking for those for like the last 6 seasons now, and bullpen help. What I don't understand is that our best pieces are down in single A, and I'm starting to sound like a broken record. So what piece do you think you're going to get? You're going to end up with another Jesus Sanchez-like caliber player. You're not going to go get Brian Reynolds from the Pirates. You're not going to go get some, top tier blue chip, guy that's on the trade, the trading block, because everybody that's got better pieces in the farm system, you're going to be competing with. So it's going to be a Jesus Sanchez or insert guy that, has a lot of upside, air quotes. And I just feel like I just feel like the best way to approach that would have been, let's see where we're at in 3 weeks. And if this team is consistently winning, we're back to the winning ways. And yes, absolutely. I don't want to talk about Jeremy Pena. I don't want to talk, or, he could just be playing the long game, because in the offseason, you're going to have a lot more teams looking for a shortstop. So then you can name your price. Why limit yourself to 3 or 4 teams, Atlanta, who's looking for a shortstop?
Yes, sir.
Do I think he's thinking that far ahead? I'd like to think so. I mean, but I think it's still too early to say anybody, with the exception of Yordan Alvarez and maybe Hunter Brown, which you can, that's going to be an issue for another day. But I think those would be the only two names right now that I'm not fielding any calls on, unless you completely blow me out of the water. Like you make it to where I can't tell you no. So that's my thought. I don't want to take up too much time. Browse, go ahead.
No, and by the way, Climbing Towels Hill put out an article saying the exact same thing about the Atlanta Braves connection to Jeremy Pena, and how obviously Dana Brown has connections with Atlanta as well. They need a shortstop bad. But here's what's going to jam that up. Carlos Correa getting hurt and out for the rest of the season puts us to where we've got a fantastic infield if all 4 of those guys are starting, and we're still competitive and getting in there, trying to win the West, trying to get a playoff spot, and we're buyers. I don't see any way that they end up getting rid of Pena. Now, Chris, I'm not saying you're wrong. I think that they could get the motherload haul. We could probably take anything out of Atlanta's farm system we want for Jeremy Pena at this point, especially considering he's still got 2 years left on his contract. So we're good to go there. But anyway, I agree. And just like we kind of talked about on Thursday, I don't see us making any giant leaps and huge plays in the offseason, or excuse me, in the in the trade deadline area, excuse me. But at the same time, we'll see what happens. I just don't see us moving any one of those infielders just for where we are in the standings right now and the fact that they're saying we're buyers. You're right. They shouldn't have said, hey, by the way, we're not going to, field any calls on Pena or Walker when we're that far away from the trade deadline, and things could either go south or we could be sitting there a half game out or even leading the West. You have no idea. But anyway, we'll see what happens when we get a little bit closer. To your point, PK, you were asking about, well, how come Jordan wasn't involved in that conversation? I think that's kind of a given at this point. Jordan's not going anywhere, man. You would have, I don't think there is a team out there that could give up enough to pull him off of the Astros right now. We already gave him his flowers earlier in the show. We said, hey, listen, man, this guy is Triple Crown, worthy. He's MVP worthy. Yeah, you would have to be the mother load of all trades in order for him to go to a different team.
Yeah, but there's teams out there that have stashes.
I don't think
he's not going anywhere anyway. It doesn't matter.
No,
I mean, it was just,
I don't think so.
You're right. I think it was like a understood, like, don't even ask about Jordan. My thing is, as you're talking about it, I mean, we're going a little long, which is fine, but if you move Pena, who is picking up that offensive productivity for the rest of the year, right? Who's going to play shortstop for you for the rest of the season? Because you're going to get a haul back, right? But like, you're not going to have the production that Pena's having, especially since he's come back, right?
You're not getting that out of Nick Allen. I'm sorry.
No, Nick Allen ain't the one.
What? No way. No, I mean, I can name a couple names of guys who could play shortstop. Now, again, it's the same thing with Jordan. I mean, like, you trade someone like
son
Jordan,
of a Hall of Famer, maybe.
Yeah, Well, I mean, he doesn't play shortstop, but actually, I'm going to get to that before we get off the air. But I mean, again, like, you could get this massive, MLB history break-in package for Jordan. That offense that he provides, I mean, you may get three, like, let's say you get 6 prospects. Let's say 3 of them turn out to be pretty good ball players, but they'll never give you the production Jordan did, right? So if you trade Pena, right, you're pretty much slowly getting yourself into, okay, we're going to retool, we're going to rebuild, whatever. Jeremy Pena has been a fantastic offensive shortstop these last 2 seasons. Like, it's been a pleasure watching him go strictly from defense and chasing sliders down and away to, like, he is really honed in at the plate. So, and the only reason why I say trade Pena is because I really don't think the Astros are not going to re-sign him. So I think this is like Kyle Tucker again. You trade him while you can. And again, like, if the Astros turn it around and by July 21st or 4 games in first place in the AL West, we're having a completely different conversation. It's just, oh yes, I'll be excited about whatever prospect package we get back. But at the end of the day, it's going to be like, man, you're still, you could put Reynel Delgado as your starting shortstop. Maybe it's a coin flip. Maybe he can give you a portion of the offense that Jeremy Pena gave you. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, yeah, we're definitely, taking a step back. I mean, so I just think it's too early for him to not, already have his names outside of Jordan and maybe Hunter Brown of guys they're not going to listen on.
Well, and here's this before we get out of here. Pena is a Scott Boras client, thanks in part to Hunter Brown, who's probably not re-signing. So take that for what it's worth. We know what Boras does to all of his clients. See all the guys that have pretty much left, right? So left Houston. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're going to win a little bit long tonight, but maybe we're having some good conversation. So always appreciative of all the support we get, man. Thank you so much. Thank you guys, Giles and Chris. Hope everybody had a wonderful Father's Day. Have a great start to your week this week. If we get another series up in Toronto, let's go 4 in a row and hit off the court and have another one. I am your host, Clueless, again in Texas. Homer Chris, Sweet Bee Bones Bryce, and this
still clueless
is a Crawford Chronicle. Still clueless.
Happy Father's Day, boys.
Oh man, you know what? I am disappointed. The prophecy did not come through. It did not.
I almost texted you when I saw the first pitch.
There's always next year, I guess.
It was funny because Eric Getty's
I
dad
appreciate
and